Alright, check it. I feel like I have a very interesting video for you guys. This is gonna be from two experts.
Dude, it's so freaking aggressive, bro. I'm like laying down, bro. It's crazy. I would consider this not a good daily. In the highway. But man, it's such a fun bike, dude. It's such a fun bike. I forget. It's been probably like a couple years since I've ridden this bike, and you just forget. Like you forget. You become an old man and you forget what it makes you feel. Like how happy it makes you feel. Would I daily this? Hell no. But once in a blue moon, take it out for a spin. Yes, definitely. Well, we'll try yours. We'll see if that's dailyable. That's gonna be dailyable for sure. Yeah. All right, you ready? No. I feel like I'm not moving anywhere. Oh man, this bike is fun as heck. I'm not gonna lie, this thing's fun. Being a new rider on a bike like this, man, you'll be learning in no time. Holy cow! I'm not gonna lie, this thing is fun. Oh, sorry for yelling. I don't know. I feel like I have to. The bike's too loud. I don't know currently what exhaust he has on, some sort of slip-on, but I'll ask him afterwards and find out what kind of exhaust. I had put in the beginning of the video, I put the specs of each bike and the price of the bike that it is currently, not an older one. So obviously with an older one it would be cheaper. Get up and go. This bike does go. It's not as fast as the R6, of course, but for a commuter, a daily commuter, doable. Where's he at? He's stuck at a light. If anyone tells you can't have fun on these motorcycles, they're lying. They're lying. This bike is so much fun. I love it, dude. I love it. It's like a fucking toy, bro. It's so much fun. I love it. I love it. I want one. Like, I really do want one. This is like a super like dailyable bike. So I believe these get good gas mileage, and it's just an overall fun bike. I don't see why people wouldn't want to ride it. Now I understand that the power isn't 100% there, but for a new rider, this thing's gonna feel fast. It's gonna feel fast. It's gonna be, you're gonna be able to learn. You're gonna be able to enjoy the bike versus feeling uncomfortable. Now, you gotta admit, the R3 currently looks pretty sexy, in my opinion. For a 300, it looks pretty good, and they're making bikes look better and better every single time. So, now, aesthetics and looks is subjective. It's however you feel about it. You know, there's people that like my Harley that don't like these bikes, and then vice versa. The one thing I gotta admit, and that's regarding the R6, I think, and this is again my personal opinion about the R6, it's one of the sexiest bikes kind of out there. I mean, the newer ones especially. Currently the R6 is probably one of the sexiest, I mean, in its class, right? We're not talking about Ducatis and I mean, not, sorry, I should rephrase myself, not in its class, in its price range. In its price range is probably one of the sexier bikes to buy, and I think that's why a lot of people tend to go to that motorcycle versus any other bike, because it's just one of the sexiest bikes. Now, handling and all that, it's a very aggressive sporty bike, and it's very good on the track. And I think most people when they ride, some of us have a goal to going into like track focus or going to try track. So you think in your mind like, oh well, I would have to get a sporty track bike to be at the track, and that's not necessarily true. You know, I was at the track not too long ago, and there was this young man, and he had an R3, and he was smoking everyone out there just because it's just a nimble bike. You know, he was able to take the corners a lot better than most of the guys with the faster bikes and the Ducatis and whatnot. So, you know, don't take out the R3 just because of the power. Now, when you get an R3 and you're a new rider, shifting and everything, you have to understand that this has more, it's more forgiving. And at the same time, you got a gear indicator, a fuel indicator. It gives you all the bells and whistles when it comes down to helping rider aids. Now, I don't know if these ones come with ABS. I know that the new ones do. I would say a big ABS for new riders. A lot of us, when we start, we panic brake, and we just slam on the brake, and we lock up the front end and fall down and sideswipe. So that would be something I would, you know, that's something to take in consideration when picking your new motorcycle, depending on obviously what you're trying to get. But if you're in that category of, you know, choosing, you know, you have, money's not an option. You're debating, should I get a 300? Should I get a 600? And ultimately, it's your choice and how you want to take it. Hold on. Ultimately, it's your choice on how you want to take your riding. You know, if you're kind of scared to get into it, I would recommend, you know, a 300. It's nice and calm. There is power when you want it to be. It's just a nice commuter bike, and you can have fun with it too. Can you wheelie with this? I don't even know if you can, to be honest. I would consider this bike more of a new, casual, easy to ride, comfortable you know, bike to it's kind of a learner bike is what I'll consider this bike. But I've seen people actually buy these bikes just to make them track focus and take them to the track. This like review, whatever we want to call this, I'm not going to get into detail of the specs of the bike. I'm just going to give you a bit of information on how it makes you feel, what I recommend this bike, like for who it's for, and an opinion of a new rider that he's been riding this bike for, you know, half a year to a year. How long, you know, is he ready to ride the 600? You know, he said it himself. He got his license, his M1. He took some courses just to be on the safe side, and you know, he went the right route of getting a little 300. And look at him now. He's riding the 600 with ease, no problem whatsoever. You know, look at this bike. I can touch the floor, no problem. With that bike, touch the floor. Yeah, we'll pull over here. See, you're a tall guy, so you're not tippy toeing. But most people would tippy toe on their 600, on their R6. Talk so much on the freeway because this bike is loud, but I'll give you an update after.
Alright, so far we went on a cruise with the R6 and the R3, and we swapped bikes, and that would be my first time with the R3. And let me tell you, what a fun bike. As you saw in the clips earlier, I mean, I couldn't even talk. I was just laughing the whole time. I generally was just laughing. You'll see it when you watch the video and you're like, oh man, that was, but
so lightweight.
So new rider, half a year you said of experience. R3 is his only bike now going into an R6. Tell me what you think.
Just that right away. So with the R3, as you're taking off, say at a stoplight, no delay. It'll get going. There's nothing. This one, the friction zone is very, very delicate, where it's like you almost like shake a little and then it gets going. You have to get it up to like around 2,000 or 3,000 RPMs for it to really get going. Just gotta get used to
How do you like the power compared to yours? Game changer?
Whole different ball game.
It's a super aggressive motorcycle.
Super aggressive. Yeah, I had fun with it.
So he was telling me earlier that the one thing about this bike is that loves the bike, but it's a little too high for his comfort, and that what was it that when he's going through traffic at slow speeds, it's a difficult bike to maneuver because you're kind of tippy-toeing everywhere, so that's also an issue, right?
Yeah, that is an issue.
Compared to this thing, you're literally planted down. I think that's the problem though, that you're used to that bike, so this one would be a little tricky. We're gonna soon jump into the Yamaha MT-09 and then the Harley, and he's ridden it, but he's never ridden it in traffic, so or through the streets, and see how he feels about it this time. But yeah, I mean, I love the R3. I my first time riding it, I had such a great time with it. So yeah, that's the current R3 that we rode, and then the current R6. Next is going to be the MT-09. So we just jumped from a 300, 600, and then we're going to a 900cc to a 1250. So keep that in mind for you know, anyone that wants to ride a new rider or experienced rider. These bikes have different powers or rev ranges, power delivery, and everything. So this is more of a middle range power bike. This one will give you more power in the top end. And this is a Hoonigan bike. This thing has power everywhere, honestly. It feels like, I would say it kind of dies out towards the end of it, but more so MT is Masters of Torque, I think that's what it is. And it's just it's a torquey bike. So if you're looking for wheelies and getting into that, this would be a bike to get. And then your Harley is just straight power. That's basically what it is, right?